Doctor Who's Diamond Anniversary year is finally upon us. So let's go back to where it all began. Again. But before we begin, if you are new here, please subscribe. I make videos about all things pop culture that you're gonna love. And I am also now on Patreon. So if you'd like to support my work for as little as £1 a month, head to patreon.com/MrSir2. So yes, indeed, with Russell T Davies back as showrunner, I thought now would be the right time to revisit Series 1 of New Who.
Do you want to come with me? Because if you do, then I should warn you.
I remember being so excited for Doctor Who's return back in 2005. I'd only recently got into the show at that point, so to see a trailer drop for a brand new, shiny Saturday night series was just the most exciting thing.
I'll tell you what it will be. The trip of a lifetime.
And that series, Series 1, honestly, I'd forgotten just how good it really was.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
Watching that series back now, the one thing that really stood out to me was that it almost feels like we're watching Rose's story, not the Doctor's. The opener in particular is such a marked difference from anything we'd seen before. In that episode alone, we see Rose at work. We get a glimpse inside her messy bedroom. We meet her mum, her boyfriend. And later, we learn that her dad was killed when she was just a baby. There's a whole butterfly effect story dedicated to it.
Now it's my fault all this has happened.
This is my fault.
No, love. I'm your dad. It's my job for it to be my fault.
And it's also the first time the show really deals with the consequences of travelling with the Doctor. When Rose finally returns to the Powell estate, she thinks she's been gone 12 hours, but it turns out she's been gone 12 months.
The hours I've sat here, days and weeks and months, all on my own. I thought you were dead. And where were you travelling? What the hell does that mean, travelling?
It's honestly the most characterisation and world building this show had ever seen. It's a really radical take on the formula. I think the main reason this series works so well is because the ideas are simple. There's no wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff going on. Most of these episodes are simple what-if scenarios. Take the Slitheen stories, for example. What if aliens invaded Downing Street?
We are the Slitheen.
And sure, the comedy on display does slightly fog the political commentary undertones. Those fart jokes are very 2005.
The only people with the knowledge how to fight them gathered together in one room. Excuse me, do you mind not farting while I'm saving the world?
But you can't deny there's some serious social commentary going on in some of these eps. And of course, there's the standout episodes too, like Dalek.
The last in the universe.
Well, now I know your name. Dalek.
You start the episode feeling fearful for the creature.
Impossible.
That reveal in the underground bunker is full of tension and suspense, and Chris just bursts with anger.
Kill yourself.
The Daleks must survive! The Daleks have failed! Why don't you finish the job and make the Daleks extinct? Rid the universe of your filth! Why don't you just die?
But then you start to feel sorry for it. When Rose accidentally gives it its DNA and it starts to feel, you feel too. It goes from this evil creature to a wounded captive, and by the last few scenes you truly start to sympathise with it.
So many ideas. So much darkness. Rose, give me orders. Order me to die.
And of course, there's the empty child and the Doctor dances. To this day, the only Doctor Who story that has truly terrified me, that has truly made me hide behind the sofa.
Mummy? What does that mean, Mummy?
Please let me in, Mummy.
You alright?
Please let me in.
There's just something so inherently creepy about that "Are you my mummy?" chant. It's that scary child in a horror movie trope, played out to perfection.
Are you my mummy? Mummy?
And of course, it was also our introduction to Captain Jack, the 51st century omnisexual rogue time agent. Try saying that when you've had a few.
Who the hell are you?
What do you mean, who the hell am I? Who the hell are you?
Captain Jack Harkness. Whatever you're selling, we're not buying.
There's just something so fun about Jack. Even in the darkest moments, he's having a laugh, blowing up androids and flirting with everyone that he sees.
Look, you should really be off.
Sorry, old man. I gotta go meet a girl. But you got an excellent bottom, too.
And to have a queer character as a lead in a primetime family show on the UK's biggest network only a few years after Section 28 was overruled was honestly incredible looking back.
You are worth fighting for. Wish I'd never met you, Doctor. I was much better off as a coward.
And it's not just Jack either. The amount of queer representation in this series alone really took me by surprise.
Soon the sun will blossom into a red giant, and my home will die. That's where I used to live when I was a little boy, down there.
And then there's the finale, the showdown with the Daleks on what was Satellite 5.
I know those ships. They were destroyed.
Obviously they survived.
Who did? Who are
200 ships. More than 2,000 on board each one. That's just about 500,000 of them.
And it's a proper retro TV nerd's dream. As someone that grew up with the TV of that time, I can't help but love seeing the Doctor in Big Brother.
You're a housemate. You're in the house. Isn't that brilliant?
That's not fair. We've got eviction in 5 minutes.
Rose on The Weakest Link.
Rose, the oldest inhabitant of the Isop galaxy, is the face of what?
Bo, the face of Bo!
And Jack in What Not to Wear. It's a proper nostalgia trip.
Let the defabricator work its magic.
What's a defabricator? Okay, defabricator.
My only real hesitation, though, is that the ending almost feels a little bit tacked on.
I'm dead or about to die any second with no chance of escape.
No!
And that's okay. Hope it's a good death. But I promise to look after you, and that's what I'm doing.
I guess it's because Chris decided to leave the show halfway through production, so I'm assuming those scenes were hastily rewritten. But I just can't help but feel a little bit disappointed after such an epic finale.
Time Lords have this little trick. It's sort of a way of cheating death.
Except it means I'm going to change.
And it's a shame too, because Chris is a phenomenal Doctor. He's the wounded soul that's been broken by the Time War. A lone man that learns to love again and opens his heart to new possibilities and adventures with Rose.
I'm the last of the Time Lords. They're all gone. I'm the only survivor. I'm left travelling on my own because there's no one else.
It's me.
And there's a great moment where he gives a really impassioned speech about why Rose is better off travelling with him.
There's this plasma storm brewing in the Horsehead Nebula. Fires are burning 10 million miles wide. I could fly the TARDIS right into the heart of it, then ride the shockwave all the way out. Hurtle right across the sky and end up anywhere.
There's a magical, almost ethereal quality to his words. It's like an elevator pitch for the show. Those few sentences perfectly capture everything that makes Doctor Who so unique and special. And of course, it worked. There was so much riding on this revival. It all could have gone south so quickly. But as Nine would say, it was fantastic.
And you know what? So was I.
But what about you, humble viewer? Are you a 9th Doctor fan? Which Eccleston ep is your fave? Let me know down below in the comments. And please leave a like and subscribe for more. Next time I'll be back to the Eurovision content with the start of my national final review videos, and there's a lot to get through, so make sure you stick around for what's to come. And to keep watching, just click the links on screen now.